Hello, my fellow nerds. I know it's been a while since I said that, but hello. How are you? How are you doing? Welcome to my birthday podcast special. I actually recorded this already and I streamed it on Twitch and YouTube earlier, and it was just terrible. I did not like it. But I found this other way to stream my podcast on Twitch, and I think I'm going to do it this way from now on because it's just my voice. It's just audio. There's my profile picture. It's just my voice. I don't feel so, not insecure, but I just don't like being on camera. I don't like to be on video, and this is why I started a podcast, and I want to do YouTube videos. I really do, but every time I try, I feel like I just look terrible. Sorry, I look terrible, and I feel gross. I don't know. Anyways, if you're a returning listener, thank you so much. You have no idea how this helps, how much you help this little podcaster out by returning to her podcast. If you are a new listener, thank you so much for taking the time to check out my podcast. I promise I won't take up too much of your time. I usually leave my podcast up to 20 to 30 minutes. 30 minutes is still too long to me. If you could follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to on, that would be great. It's so you never miss a show. If you hear these cute little squeals in the background, it's because my cat had kittens. And yesterday was my birthday, and I accidentally left my drawer open and then went and kind of did a bunch of stuff for my birthday. And she decided to move the kittens into my drawer. So, and it's a little close to where I keep things, but I am doing things a little differently on my podcast. I still have my links for Alamo Drafthouse because I love Alamo Drafthouse. We all know how much I love their fried pickles. Okay. I still have my creator code for Fortnite. So if you want to put that in the item shop, it's NerdNTX. That one is R2. I named that kitten R2 because he squeals, but he makes noises like R2-D2 fell over, when it's like, woo! Yeah, so that kitten is R2, but, alright, so, let me get back on track here. So I'm doing things differently. I still have Alamo Drafthouse codes, I still have my Fortnite codes, Nerd and TX in the item shop. I've just come to the realization that I'm not good at this. I'm not good at pushing links and all that fun stuff like everybody else. I don't know. Everybody else makes bank that way, but this podcast is a hobby, and I would love to make money off of this hobby, but I'm not. So this is something that I've thought about, and so this is what I'm going to be doing for now on. I'm going to be putting podcast promotions on my podcast episodes. So it helps fellow podcasters get their word out. It helps my listeners find new podcasts that they might be interested in. And I want my first podcast on promotion or whatever in this direction that I'm going in to promote mass debaters. We pushed each other's podcasts for the podcast awards. They qualified in the comedy category. I am so happy for them. I hope they win. They did a shout out for me for my birthday. They even sang a little birthday jingle. And I am someone who hates her birthday. I dreaded my birthday. I went into a depression before my birthday, and then I just happened to get on Instagram where they posted a video clip of it, and it seriously made my day. It made my birthday. It's a long story of why I don't like my birthday, but they really just made my day, and it was just awesome. So, but I will go into my birthday later, and if you are listening to me on my podcast on whatever, I will put in their promotion right now so you can check them out.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Mash Debaters. My name is Idris Robinson, and stay tuned every week to listen to Mash Debaters, home of comedic debates, where we debate some of the most unlikely of topics. Follow me, Idris Robinson, CJ, Evan, and Cam every week.
They crack me up. Like, they are the funniest podcast ever. They are kind of like what me and my friend tried to start a while back, but we just didn't make it. I mean, we just kind of stopped making podcasts, but I feel like they are where we were going, where we were trying to head at. Their description for their podcast is a fun and lighthearted, sometimes passionate and heated debate on the most unlikely of topics. They are hilarious, like I said. Yeah, so that's how I feel about their podcast. Anyways, let's get on to about this podcast. You are listening to the Nerd in Texas podcast, the show that brings you useless information and fun facts about your favorite movies, actors, and fandoms. I am literally a nerd in Texas, and I talk about TV shows and movies with a sprinkle of comedy. I am your hostess, Chanel Fortney. I got called out last time because I didn't say hostess with the mostess like I did for a little while. My Fortnite husband, not my real husband, I'm not married at all, called me out because he's like, you didn't say hostess with the mostess. So here I am technically saying hostess with the mostess. So I left it up to Twitter, and Twitter voted. It was up to Gunpowder Milkshake, a Just Stuff episode, and season 1 of Yellowstone. It was a close one. It was a very close, it was a very close one. They decided on Just Stuff, okay? And so Just Stuff is it's basically stuff that I can find about movies, about actors, or whatever, anything in the news that happens to do with movies and actors and TV shows. And I'm going to talk about my birthday later on. So let's get into the Just Stuff part. Scarlett Johansson and Disney have beef, okay? Scarlett Johansson has sued Disney for a breach of contract. They were supposed to just release Black Widow in theaters and eventually release it on Disney Plus, but they released it in theaters and Disney Plus on the same day. So why is she salty, you ask? Her cut was only from the theatrical release, not the Disney Plus release. So she got paid a reported $20 million. So a lot of people don't have a hard time sympathizing with her, but that's not the point, okay? The point is she got the money from what they said that they would only be doing, and she's not getting the money from the Disney Plus release cut, I guess you would call it. And so you put all of your hard work and your soul into this movie, and she did years worth of training and all of this craziness just for her to not get her chunk of that cheddar. You know what I mean? So I don't blame her for suing. 20 million, but people who make money like that, that's like 20 million is nothing for Disney, especially with Black Widow and Avengers and all of that stuff. If we think about it, I wonder how much Chris Hemsworth brought for his Thor movies. It's not nearly as much as what she got, but Disney responded by giving Scarlett Johansson the axe. They cut all ties with her and her future films with Disney, including a chance she could have come back as Black Widow again. Kevin Costner returned to Iowa's Field of Dreams for the first ever Field of Dreams Major League Baseball game, as Yankees and White Sox played on a replica of the iconic field from the movie. Now, I know there's an actual Field of Dreams movie, like the actual field from the movie. I know there's a huge legal battle about letting people play on it, letting Major League Baseball play on it, whatever. So I think they were on a replica version of it. They weren't in the actual one like they were hoping. I know Kevin Costner got to do this cool, like, he came out of the cornfields scene just like they do in the movie, and it was like all magical and stuff. I didn't get to watch it. I wish I did. I'm probably gonna find it. I'm sure they have it somewhere, so I'll watch it because I'm a baseball fan. I love baseball, and I know they're gonna have more future games on that field. So I wonder if you can go, or if it's just that game. I don't know. I'm gonna Google it, and I'll talk about it on my next podcast, or my next Just Stuff podcast, and we'll see. So the Spawn movie received a new writer. A Spawn remake has been in the works since 2017 and has been stuck in a production rut. It is currently going under a remake makeover down to a new writer, Brian Tucker, whose sole film for in getting his writing credit is Broken City, and I guess it was a movie back in 2013. From what I could tell and what I could figure out, that Broken City did not do well, but the showrunner said that for Spawn, it's taking a while for the script of Spawn because they want to get it right. So I agree with that. I'm glad about that, because if you rush a movie, like, the movie just sucks. So as long as they're taking their time and they're doing whatever, I think it'll be worth it in the end. Amber Heard has posted on Instagram about her workout and her training for Aquaman 2. Do I think this is fair? No. Warner Brothers, or WB, fired Johnny Depp from Fantastic Beasts after all the allegations between her and her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. In the midst of the whole legal battle, they concluded that it was abuse on abuse crime, and she is just as responsible for the nasty, toxic mess the both of them have gone through, and the both of them have done to each other, and the both of them have created, that I think, I think Johnny Depp should get his job back, because that is ridiculous for him to get fired for everything that she put him through, and her continue to give her job as Aquaman 2. You cannot tell me that there isn't a way that they could just not have her in the Aquaman 2 movie. It's Aquaman for one, you know what I mean? You could come up with some kind of story about why she's not in there, but that's just me. I get heated about that whole situation. So on to the next topic. Ryan Reynolds' movie Free Guy features a giant, muscular, California-looking guy named Dude. So they pretty much did this, like, big old beef jacked up dude. So imagine, like, Tom Hardy's body, and they stuck Ryan Reynolds' face on it, but he also has, like, bleached hair and, like, a shell necklace, or I don't know, like a shark tooth necklace on. I forgot what it was. But you can get Dude as a skin in Fortnite and do quests from Ryan Reynolds as Free Guy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And Ryan Reynolds has been doing where he kind of does, like, reaction videos to trailers. Like, he did it as Deadpool and did a reaction video to Cruella. So obviously that gave Cruella a big boost. But then he did one for the trailer for Free Guy with Korg from Avengers Infinity War, from Thor Ragnarok. So it was pretty funny. You gotta look that up. It's on YouTube. But speaking of Cruella, so Emma Stone actually there was a thing where Emma Stone was thinking about suing Disney Plus as well for her release for Cruella. But I think she realized and figured out that if she did that, it would just be shooting herself in the foot. And it is now confirmed that she will be reprising her role as Cruella, the sequel for Cruella. Idris Elba, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce his name, posted a teaser on social media that he will be Knuckles. That was my cat. That he will be Knuckles, confirming that there will be a Sonic the Hedgehog sequel, and he will be Knuckles. Like I said, sorry, I didn't mean to repeat that so many times. But Elba has been in the new Suicide Squad as Bloodsport. He is Heimdall in Thor and Avengers Infinity War. He was the voice of Shere Khan in Jungle Book. I think the live action Jungle Book. And he's been in so many amazing things. I love him. He's like so sexy. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Hey nerds, you know I love helping you out. So I'm giving you a little tidbit on if you are wanting to start a podcast, I highly suggest you start it with Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast, and let me explain. 1, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Anyway, so Venom Let There Be Carnage has been delayed. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of saw that coming when you see the trailer and it says only in theaters. And with the new COVID variant, a lot of people are worried. So I don't blame them for pushing that back. I know a lot of people are mad, but what you have to realize is they're doing it for your safety and because they don't want anybody getting sick. Just because COVID has kind of been on the rise here in Austin, and I'm sure they're just worried for people. So I don't blame them. Good job, guys. So that is pretty much all that I could dig up. I know it's a lot of information that y'all already knew, so I decided to find out about movies that are coming out in September. So, September 3rd, why did I say it like that? September 3rd, I say this wrong every time. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will be released. Shang-Chi must confront the past he thought he left behind when he is drawn into the web of the mysterious Ten Rings organization. On September 10th, a movie called Queen Pins will come out. It's inspired by a true story. Queen Pins is an outrageous comedy about a bored and frustrated suburban homemaker, Connie, played by Kristen Bell. I love her. And her best pal, Jojo. A vlogger with a dream who turns a hobby into a multi-million-dollar counterfeit coupon keeper. And I guess the whole movie is based on a true story about these women who did this like coupon club scam for millions of dollars. And that's, I don't know, I'm actually kind of curious about that. A movie, Kate. After she's poisoned, a ruthless criminal operative has less than 24 hours to exact revenge on her enemies, and in the process forms an unexpected bond with the daughter of one of her past victims. Catch the Bullet, the powerful Western starring Peter Facinelli. I can never say the name right, but I guess he was in the Twilight franchise. Shows what happens when you push a good man too far. A U.S. Marshal returns from a mission to find his father wounded and his son Chad kidnapped by the outlaw Jed Blake. Hot on their trail, Britt forms a posse with a gunslinging deputy and a Pawnee tracker. So I guess it's just about him tracking his kidnapped son. September 17th, a movie called Cry Macho. It's a film that stars Eastwood as Mike Milo, a one-time rodeo star and washed-up horse breeder, who in 1979 takes a job from an ex-boss and to bring the man's young son home from Mexico. Blech, I messed that up big time. Forced to take the back roads from their way to Texas, the unlikely pair faces an unexpectedly challenging journey during which the world-weary horseman finds unexpected connections and his own sense of redemption. Whew, that was a lot. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so that is all I could find on movies that kind of piqued my interest and I thought would pique my listeners' interest. When I looked up movies coming out in September, they gave me this big long list of movies that were like coming out everywhere, so I kind of cherry-picked movies that I thought y'all would enjoy. If not, I'm sorry, I picked the wrong movies. Don't hate me. But anyways, Saturday, August 14th was my birthday. I started off the day with getting Round Rock donuts. If you are ever in Texas, Round Rock donuts are the best donuts on the face of the earth. They have been on Travel Channel. I think they've been on Travel Channel or the Food Network. I'm not 100% sure. I think because they just make them differently, they're so good. Their glaze is like an orange or yellowish color. It's even a joke on their website where it's like, is it orange or yellow? The yeast risen donut originates from a bread-like dough. It's distinct yellow color from fresh eggs, because fresh eggs are actually like a yellowish color. Immediately sets it off from any other donut. Unlike baking powder donuts, this yeast donut cannot be machine made. It must be hand rolled, cut, fried, and iced. I will leave a link to their website in the podcast description if you want to check them out. You can at least look at them and drool over them. They also have a Texas donut, and I swear it's the size of your face. It is a huge, big donut, and I got my daughter's got me one of those for my birthday, and I took a picture, and it's on my Instagram, Nerd in Texas on Instagram, if you want to check that out. So, that was pretty much the only thing I was excited about and looking forward to on my birthday. Like, when my mom asked, like, so, do you want a birthday cake? Do you want this? I was like, I kind of want Round Rock donuts. So, yeah. The rest of the day, my family planned something that I do not want to do on my birthday, but it happens every single year on my birthday, and I just don't want to do it. I did make the best of it. I did make it a little bit easier. I guess I can't say made it, because I still got extremely depressed and had really bad anxiety leading up to it. But I had my friend Michelle there with me, my cousin Kimmy there with me, and I called them like my human support animals. And so, like, I guess for the whole week leading up to it, I just kind of pushed it down, like, not thinking about it. And then when someone would ask me about it, I'd just be like, it's whatever, like, I didn't want, if I felt like if I didn't talk about it, then it'd be okay. So, like, the day before my birthday, I was in this, like, anxiety, depression, like, wormhole. Like, I don't know, it's just, I don't want to get too much into it, because then it just kind of start getting me, like, upset and stuff. And so that's one of the things, like, when I saw that message, like, that video from masturbators, like, it just, like, it seriously made my day. You have no idea. But yeah, I'm trying. Like, I was having a hard time getting out of bed. Like, I didn't want to get out of bed, and then I saw that, and it just kind of just made me feel special. It just, like, oh, someone out there does care about my birthday. And, like we were on a boat, we were on the lake, we're on the boat. I'm completely sunburned, by the way. I tried streaming I streamed this on Twitch and YouTube earlier, and I look terrible. And my cousin is like, well, Chanel, this is, like, your birthday. It's about what you want. Like, what do you want to do? And I was like, like, you're the first person to ask me that. Like, because, yeah, never mind. I'm going to stop talking about this just because I don't want to bring everybody down. Like, I did have a good day. I did make it the fun of it. I got these huge inflatable chickens. If you guys want to check that out on my Instagram. I think I posted the pictures on my Instagram. I'm not sure, because I did have shots of tequila, and tequila makes me, actually it kind of makes me happy, but anyways, so I'll make sure that I have pictures of the chickens on my